Hello again guys and welcome to another redstone tutorial with Cass on the Maizuma channel. Today we are going to learn how to make my flying machine. Alright guys, for this video I'm going to show you two examples of applications with this flying machine, and yeah, from the beginning you can see the crazy stuff that it can do. We have here a pretty large platform with movable and unmovable blocks, and inside this we have the flying machines, a bunch of units. As you can see from here, there are a bunch of units that I stack side by side, and we can do that for as far as we want. So this is expandable in this direction pretty far because, well, it flies, and in that direction in front of us for as many machines as we can possibly do. This side is, I mean, ridiculously small. The redstone, there's almost no redstone for the machine to go back and forth. This side is also very small, and as you can see, all the machines work synchronized. And if you use it as a mob farm, it has some features that I have always wanted in a mob farm, like it will let a lot of mobs spawn, and it can take care of spiders. As you can see, it can take care of zombie monsters like chicken guys, and it can even kill enderman. As you can see, we have enderman spawning there because the ceiling is 3 high, but if we didn't want enderman, I don't know why we would do that, but we can also have our ceiling only 2 high because the machines are really not tall, they are only 2 high. And the reason why we need movable blocks down here is, of course, because we have slime blocks for the flying mechanism to operate. Let's see if the machine will take care of that enderman guy. Yeah, seems like it will work. So yeah, it's a good way to get every kind of drop. Maybe you can do things to take care of slimes and magma cubes, maybe cactus here. I don't know. You have to experiment. I also haven't tested it in the nether, so I'm not sure if it can move ghasts, for example, but it's up to you guys. This is, of course, just an example, and you can do whatever you want with this really simple expandable flying machine. So before I show you how to build and all the cool features of this machine, I figured I would show you another quite simple example. And by the way, the way to stop this machine is just by flicking this lever. Let's see. So there you go, no more movements. You can stop it really easily. You can even use those stripes here because you can place normal blocks here. So it means you can use, for example, redstone lamps here and turn them on when you don't want any more mobs to spawn on top of here. So yeah, that's it for this example. Let's check out the next one. Our next example is another classic. It's a sugarcane farm that can be expanded in every direction you want. And of course you can stack more units on top of it if you want to go really crazy with that. But I don't think it's really necessary because with a farm of this size you can collect for each harvest 12 up to 14 stacks of sugarcane, yeah, just like you see now. So let's see it working. Yeah, when the flying machines go through areas that are not covered like this, so there are no solid blocks here, the lighting updates will cause the machine to produce a bit of lag. We can feel that lag here. If we fly this way, maybe let's press F3 and we can check out the frames per second. As you guys can see, I don't get many frames per second at all. So let's see how it goes now. Well, it didn't do the lag spike now, but it usually happens when there is nothing to cover it up. So this is one very important thing to consider. The pattern I use it here inside the farm is very efficient. With this pattern you can use only 20% of your area with water and still hydrate every reed here, and yeah, you can have an 80% efficiency with useful areas where you can plant. Every time the flying machine hits this corner, it will send the mine carts to collect all the items from underneath. And those water blocks here are not going to update. I placed it then using ice and then waited for them to melt and just copied the pattern. Yeah, if you want to see how the pattern works, just look it up here, because the glowstone blocks here, if you cannot identify because of my texture pack, are here with the same pattern as the water down there. So yeah, it will collect everything and place it here. You can probably hook the other side, this opposite side here, up with a timer, so the machine will stop and wait for more sugarcane to grow before going and trying to harvest it once again. So let's watch the mine carts. Yeah, the collection system is pretty cool as well. One thing that is very important about concerning any kind of flying machine is the fact that if they get in an unloaded chunk, it will cause a lot of problems, because flying machines work using the principle that pistons are budded. So yeah, when blocks are pushed towards them, updates happen and then it keeps flying. But when you log off from your server, when you when you save your map on single player, nothing will cause the machine to update again, so it will get stuck in the middle of the air. So it's a good idea to stop the machine and wait for every unit to land in place before leaving the map. You don't have to care about minecarts or anything like that. They can take care of themselves, but flying machines will not do the same. So this is one thing to keep in mind, and I think that now we are ready to have a better look at the redstone and finally do a tutorial on it. And here it is, guys. This is the flying machine. It's only 5 wide. I mean, the flying part of it. It's 3 tall here. Also, the opposite side where the machine docks and gets back in place is pretty small. Let me activate it once more so you can see how it works. And yeah, once it gets to this station, let's see what happens. So all it does is it moves this redstone block here to the left or to the right, depending on the direction we want the machine to go. And one other thing we can do, for example, if we don't want the machine to get back as soon as it hits this side, we can activate the machine once again. And then we can just destroy this piece of redstone dust, and this was supposed to cause one update at the exact right moment, so it's not going to happen right now. So yeah, as you can see, the machine stops here, and we can use a timer to cause an update to this piston, for example, and then it will start flying again. And we can also place our piece of redstone back here. It will send the machine back, or it will keep sending the machine back. Another pretty cool feature here that took me a long time to do, at least with this really small space, is that if you use a lever here instead of a button, despite this circuit being very small, it will do some very useful thing that, well, let's see what happens. Bam! It's perfectly timed. So when you have the lever on, the machine will never stop going back and forth. And this is a really simple way to activate a machine that does this all the time. And to stop the machine, it's as simple as flicking the lever again. So yeah, you can send the machine with a single pulse. If you keep it on, it will automatically go back and forth. You can stop it in every station. You can expand this. It's 5 wide, but it can transport up to 7 blocks, just like this. And because this is solid block, you can also place another flying machine side by side with that. And now in the tutorial, I am going to show you how to do all those things and how to synchronize all the machines so they can work together in a faster way and with a lot of lag. So grab a bunch of building blocks that can be moved by pistons, of course. Then 4 sticky pistons, 2 redstone dust, 2 torches, 2 repeaters, 2 redstone blocks, 5 slime blocks, 3 regular pistons, 1 slab, and 1 of each of those items up here. So 1 dropper, 1 hopper, 1 comparator, 1 input can either be a button, lever, or maybe an external circuit. 1 unmovable block can be furnaces, obsidian, or anything that can have redstone on top of it. And yeah, not movable by pistons. 1 fern is very important, and flint and steel is optional, but when you're building, if anything gets wrong, you can update pistons using it, so it's quite useful to have in your inventory. Our machine is going to be 7 wide, so this is our reference point for this. So 5 slime blocks here and 2 solid blocks, or 2 any kind of blocks at the ends. And this is the positioning of our input. This is this red block right here. The white blocks mark the positioning of the regular pistons, and the black blocks we will place sticky pistons. So just do it like this, and this, and we can do it like so. Our first circuit starts by placing 1 unmovable block here, then making this shape, then have your 2 repeaters, one facing this way and another one facing this way. Set them both on 3 ticks each, and then here place another regular piston, and this is it for the side for now. A simple way to find out where your machine is going to land next is just by following this block. So this is exactly where it's going to land next. So make sure to place 1 sticky piston here and 1 redstone torch behind it. And here we will need a slab and 1 comparator. So behind this solid block place 1 dropper, then hold shift and place 1 hopper and place 1 fern inside. So down here, if you want your machine to go back and forth, just place redstone dust here. And we are done with this side, and we are ready to do the last step. To finish things up, we will place 1 redstone torch here, another sticky piston here, and 1 solid block behind it. And we should also place another redstone torch here and 2 redstone dust here, just like so. Don't place one in one because it will stay extended like this, and it will also make the system expandable later. And make sure that there are no other blocks in the way, because if this machine grabs another block like this, it will not be able to fly because it can carry as many blocks as it already has. And finally, the positioning of the redstone blocks, which is the last thing you want to do, just saying, is right here. So yeah, I think that this machine is ready for the first test, so let's just activate it. Yeah, and it goes back. We can deactivate it by clicking the lever again. Yeah, and it works perfectly. So let me now just show you how to expand the machine, and we are going to expand it on this side by placing an exact copy of this thing side by side right here. So let me fill up all the blocks that we need, and I will be right back with you guys. Alright guys, there we have our second copy, and now let me show you how to activate all the machines that you expand on this side, all synchronized. So I can't point out enough the importance of removing the redstone blocks before doing any change to these machines, because redstone dust next to it will cause it to update and things like that, and we really don't want it. So let's copy the same thing we had here. So 1 piston here, right? So here we can extend this line, but it should not be powered, so we should cut this wire just like so. So this is going to power only that piston, and underneath it we can have this redstone torch here and 2 more blocks with redstone on top. And we want to do that because this redstone dust is going to update those pistons as well. And the magic happening behind here is that pistons that are powered this way in a line, we will retract all at the same time instantly, no matter how many you have of them in a line. So that's why the machines will get updated all at the same time and fly in sync. And of course, when you, of course, not of course really, but when you unpower the lever, it will not be instant, as you can see here. This one will extend first, and then that one. But when you unpower it, they are both going to, both or any number you want, we're going to extend all at the same time. So yeah, when the lever is not flipped, it will be, the machines will not fly. So let's position our redstone blocks here and run our first test. Oops, flip the lever, and as you can see, they all go at the same time, and back they come. Yeah, let me just flick the lever. But before, let me show that the machine does go back and forth all the time automatically. No need to for you to cause it to update all the time if you don't want. And finally, when the system is deactivated, bam, this is what happens. So yeah, this is your expandable flying machine. You can stack it all up on top of each other and do whatever you want. Just pay attention to unloaded chunks, and don't ever leave this machine running. I want to give a special thanks to Cube Hamster for his tutorial on flying machines. That helped a lot. And I hope really that you guys enjoyed this and make good creations with that thing. So thank you very much for watching, and see you next time. Bye bye.